YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review, where you have your favorite albino from Ontario mimicking the review style of your favorite bald-headed shitbird from Nova Scotia. Love you, Lee. And today we will be drinking a beer that I picked up at the LCBO. This is from Beau's. This is part of their Farm Table series. This is their Farm Table 80 Shilling Scottish Style Ale at 4.7% alcohol by volume. This is a 600 milliliter bottle. It was around the $5 range, $5.25 I believe. Now, the shillings were the price of the beer back in the day. And the higher ABV the beer, the more shillings it cost to buy. Caledonia had an entire history about the shilling thing on their website, but I do believe that 80 shillings was for more than 5%. I think 80 shillings was like 5 to 6 range. I don't remember 100% though. This is me going off of something that I was told 4 years ago, and I never needed to use it, because how many beers call themselves a shilling beer, right? Like, how many beers give you the shilling number? 20 shillings was the lowest ABV beer where you could drink the most. It was because of taxes too. That's why it went up with ABV, because you got taxed more on the beer as the ABV went up. So 20 shillings would be the lowest ABV beer where you could drink much more of them, because you weren't going to get drunk, and the government didn't care if you drank a bunch of those. And then as you got higher in ABV, the shillings price went up. And yeah, what was Caledonia? Caledonia's 80 shilling. I think it was in the 5 range. I could probably pause this and try and find it, but I won't. I don't have any of my other portable media near me, so I can't actually look it up. I was thinking if maybe my tablet or my backup cell phone was around, I would check it on those. But since they're not, let's pour the beer, because it's already 2.5 minutes. Some reviews I can get into the beer within like 30 to 50 seconds. Some beers within a minute. Some beers within a minute and a half. And some beers even take me like 6 minutes to get into. I'm sorry about that. That's just the way she rolls. Just the way she rolls. Just the way she rolls. Holy shit, that is darker than I expected it to be. Oh, man. That is awesome. That is a beautiful, beautiful color. You get that, like... Wow. That's a deep, that's an amber. Beautiful amber. Almost like a honey amber. Beautiful head, slightly off-white. Look at the bubbles on that head. Look at the texture of that head. That is thick and creamy. I mean, that is a visually appealing beer to me. I kind of wish I had an English Nonic glass right now to make it look even better. A little tiny bit of snap, crackle, pop too. Alrighty, let's sniff the beer. I tried to skip right over the smell. Oh! What's to say the ingredients are in here? Because that does not just smell like regular beer. Local spring water, organic barley malts, organic roasted barley, organic hops, and brewer's yeast. Okay, and that's what I was smelling was, and I was going to say it was almost like toasted oats. But I guess it's roasted barley. But my God, does it smell good. It really does remind me of toasted oats. Also reminds me of when I would go to my grandfather's to his sugar bush, and we would have steel cut oats for breakfast. Of course, he'd put maple syrup on top of the steel cut oats. But it reminds me of that too. It has almost that like just full on oat smell. Hell, I remember harvesting oats for his horses, and it just reminds me of oats. I know it's not oats because it's barley, but that's what it reminds me of so much. And the roast is really all you're getting. There's almost you know what it is? The roast is bringing out like a touch of black coffee. It smells amazing. Let's try it. Cheers. Barnstormer's Pinup Girl. Now, we have been talking about Beau's on BDU a few times, and we talked about the Greener Futures and how when Greener Futures started, it made some amazing beers, and now it just seems like they're getting a little lazy on their thoughts, and they're just like, hey, let's take this beer we made and throw it in a barrel and hope for the best. And some of their beers are amazing, like Channel Ocho was an amazing beer, and then some of them are not, but you know, every beer is not going to be a hit. This is a very simple beer. It's 4.7% alcohol, but it's really nice. I mean, this is a beautiful beer. Literally, it's a beautiful beer. It's just, it is a Scottish ale, but it's just your average European session beer, really. Very, very roasty, very peaty, almost smoky. And if you like peaty scotches, like Islay scotches, this is probably right up your alley. Very smoky, very roasty. And really, that's the majority of the flavor. I mean, you get that roasted coffee almost finish. There's a little bit of molasses-like taste up at the forefront, too. You get that sweet molasses, and then it goes into this beautiful roast. And it's a roasted barley at first. You can tell it has that little touch of sweetness, and then it goes bready. And then the roast continues on with that breadiness right until the end, where you get that touch of coffee bitterness, which is the roastiness mixing with the hops. And get this touch of coffee bitterness, and then it fades off to just a roastiness and a beautiful biscuitiness. And this is just such a simplistic beer. Such a simplistic beer, but so fucking nice at the same time. This is what I want. I want more. Excuse me. I burped and it did not work out very well there. I want more of these low ABV, but very tasty beers. This is what I want more of in Ontario. I want more of this in the world, to be honest with you. There are too many, in my opinion only. I mean, let's be honest, it's not everybody that agrees with me. But I think there are way too many full-on high ABV beers. There are way too many beers that are, well, hell, let's just reach down right beside me here. I mean, this beer is most likely going to be amazing. It's a barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stout. But, I mean, look at that ABV. That's huge. Then you have, like, this one here that's sitting here, because it's going to be reviewed tomorrow. You have this here that's going to be reviewed tomorrow. Like, those are huge ABVs, and then you have this one that's 4.7. So I can drink the entire 600 milliliter bottle and have less alcohol in me than one of those 341s would give me. Meaning, I can sit out and enjoy another beer with my buddies. Well, let's be honest, even at 9%, I'd enjoy another beer with my buddies, but that's because I'm an idiot. I really like this beer. We're coming on 10 minutes, so I'm going to try and stop it, because, I mean, some of my videos do go on way too long. I really love the taste of this beer. I love the roastiness of it. I love the biscuitiness of it. I love the slight sweetness. I think this is a great farm table beer. I'm going to give this an 8.25 out of 10. I really enjoy the beer. Thank you, YouTube, for watching. Have a wonderful, splendiferous night, and goodbye.